Day One Podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up. What's happening, y'all?
Let's get this shit going, baby.
Salute my guy, Deshaun Jackson. Retired an Eagle after 15 great seasons.
I wouldn't call it 15 great seasons.
Hey, all-time favorite Eagle, Hall of Famer in the making.
No.
Changed the game.
Don't
disrespect my man like that.
You're doing too much.
Oh my
You're doing
God.
way too much, bro.
Do not disrespect Deshaun
Bro,
Jackson
you're
like
doing
that,
too
brother.
much. Hall of Famer? My ass.
Check the impact of the game, bro.
If Chad Ochocinco isn't a Hall of Famer, D-Jax is not a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry.
I'll never get over the fact that Chip Kelly robbed him, Shady McCoy, and Jeremy Maclin, and Mike Vick a Super Bowl
Yeah.
over gang ties. Man, fuck Chip Kelly. But shout out. What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One Podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up.
What's going on?
Christmas is coming, and
Yeah,
we're
it
getting
is.
festive already.
Yeah, bro. We're almost there.
Yeah. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Before we get into it, though, hit the like, subscribe, posting YouTube short content. First time I made one in like 3 months.
Yeah, because you've been slacking.
Yeah, bro. Aaron Rodgers back, so check the short out on the channel page. We got a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the NFL MVP conversation is kind of narrowing down.
Mm-hmm.
You have a take that should be drug tested, so we'll get that out of the way first. We're going to talk about the end season tournament for the NBA. Has been set. Quarterfinals coming up. We're going to look at the bracket, and we're going to pick it. Then we're going to get into Kyle's segment, tried to tell y'all, and then our picks of the week, as always.
Sweet, dude. Let's get into it.
Yeah, bro, listen. I think we need to have a dialogue. After Sunday against the Buffalo Bills in overtime, the Eagles win. Jalen Hurts. Huge fourth quarter and overtime drive to seal the game when the Eagles were once again down 10 entering the fourth quarter and strung a couple touchdown drives together. Defense got a couple stops, huge pick. And then in overtime, Bills get the ball first. They go down, kick a field goal. Jalen Hurts comes back. Let me put it on my back. Pause. Drive them all the way down the field. I'm sitting there thinking, hey, listen, we might have to get a tie if they stop us. Jalen said, no. We're winning this bitch. I think that's all she wrote for the MVP conversation. He just keeps having these signature performances against great teams.
Okay.
Sure, they're nail biters, but you don't want to tell me that this is not a signature performance. Granted, he played like shit in the first half. I'm not saying he didn't, but in the second half, when you needed to have it, and just that whole moment, it's hard to tell me that he's not the MVP of this year.
Like, all right, and I want to start by saying I think Jalen is probably 2. Okay? This is no hate
Top
on Jalen.
2, and he's not 2.
Listen, this isn't hate on Jalen, okay? I'm a facts over feelings kind of guy. Okay.
This
So
this
there's
straight no
there's hate.
feelings, bro.
Yeah, no feelings. Okay. You know, I got love for the boys out there in Philly. I'm from PA. All right. I got love for the birds, but Jalen's not the MVP. He's not.
How?
You call last night a signature performance. Yes, he had 5 touchdowns. He was average. 18 of 31 yard passing completion, 200 passing yards, and a pick.
A fluky pick.
And a fumble lost.
Yeah, that one was bad. But the second half performance to will us back to victory.
Here's my thing, though. I feel like he's been having to do this all year, willing himself back. Like that, like now, obviously, he's not the reason they've been down in games all season. He's been part of the reason. Some games he has been the reason. But
majority of the time, it's been the horrid play calling of Brian Johnson, in my opinion.
That's fair, but I'm not going to use an excuse for Jalen to be MVP. I'm not going to say, well, he had bad play calling.
Well, I mean, the issues stem from that, and then he's put in the bad positions. Obviously, going to be confused at times, like the snap fumble or the handoff fumble that happened in the first half. Like, you can't have it, and I feel like because they're still trying to work, and it's kind of concerning that we're this late into the season and we're still trying to like
work it out.
But in spite of that, we've had some all-time performances in clutch moments. Like, you can't sit up here and tell me that there's not a clutcher quarterback in the league than Jalen Hurts right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Probably not.
No.
But, I mean, not to transition to basketball, but De'Aaron Fox was incredible in the clutch last season. He was averaging almost 30 points a game, 6 assists. He wasn't even in the MVP discussion. For a Kings team that climbed all the way into the 4 seed. No, 3 seed, because they played the 6-seeded Warriors. Fair.
With the 1 seed Eagles.
Fair, but I feel like that's the comparison of Jalen right now. In the NBA, it's De'Aaron Fox. Great. Awesome. When he's at his best, he's unstoppable. But the reason you're in the clutch is because you can't blow anybody out. And you can't, like, they constantly have to win close games. And that's not, my whole thing, he's been great this season, but I don't think he's been as good as last season. And I can't gift the guy an MVP because he's got the best record and has clutch performances when he's not as good as he was the previous year. He's got more turnovers. He tied his interception number in like week 6 from last season. He's got 16 turnovers.
Yeah.
Compared to, I believe it's 18 passing touchdowns, 11 rushing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But Mahomes has turnovers too, but we're not going to talk about it.
Mahomes isn't my MVP. My MVP is Dakota Rain.
Bro, there is no way
Dak Prescott.
You're going to sit up here with a straight face and tell me Dak Prescott is the NFL MVP. There is just no way.
Okay, listen.
There's no way, bro.
If I had to have my guy, it would be Myles Garrett. I'm still on the Myles Garrett bandwagon, okay?
It's not going to happen. They
So,
got their ass kicked by Mr. Dangerous.
Dak Prescott is the NFL MVP.
Someone needs to drug test you.
There's
no way, bro.
Listen, if Jalen's your MVP, listen to this, okay? Dak has 2,935 passing yards. That's 300 more than Jalen. That's a full game more than Jalen. They've played the same amount of games, okay?
Cool,
he's second in passing touchdowns in the NFL with 23. Okay? Second in passer rating, Jalen's 12th of all quarterbacks. So like you say 40 quarterbacks played this year, something like that. He's 12th, which is good. Not to Dak's level. Dak is second in completion percentage, sitting comfortably at 73%. Jalen 10th out of, again, 40 quarterbacks, which is great, but not Dak. Now, you could say Brock's the MVP because he's leading in passer rating and he's leading in completion percentage, but we all know who's running the show out there. C-Mac.
Yeah.
So I'm not using that because he's at the top of these lists. They are winning games this season because of Dak.
They haven't beaten a team above 500.
It doesn't matter.
Sure. They've beaten the Panthers.
It doesn't matter.
And the damn Giants twice and the Commanders on Thanksgiving because of Dak.
It doesn't matter though.
I can't give a guy MVP whose signature win has come against a 4-7 football team who we don't know who they are on the road. I can't do it.
Which is fine, but my whole thing is, and I told you this off camera. When you look into the MVP, I don't think these guys give a damn about who you beat or who you didn't or who you lost to or things like that. Mahomes won one last year, losing to the Colts and the Texans. Okay, losses to me don't matter. Jalen lost to the Jets this season, but I'm not using that as an argument against him.
Yeah, that's cool, but you see who he has beat in these.
Yeah.
And it's not like the Bills and the Chiefs didn't show up. They showed up. Josh Allen showed up.
Yeah, he did.
But Jalen Hurts made the plays at the end of the game that Josh Allen couldn't. And that's my thing with Dak. Like, we've seen it in these games against better teams. I mean, the 49ers game is just an absolute exposed fest.
I honestly think the Niners are going to do the same thing to the Eagles.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're doing the same thing. Maybe not as big of a margin, but
they're not.
The Eagles are never going to look like they're in that game.
They're not. And then when they played us, he had all the opportunities in the world situationally in the fourth quarter to put the game to rest. And we'd be having a different conversation maybe.
In Philly.
No, he had to step out of bounds, had to take 2 bad sacks, which again, not 100% on him.
We discussed
on the
that
offensive line a little bit, but still the decision making at times is questionable. So I like for a guy that just can't get it done against good teams in big games. He's not my MVP, bro. Why are we having this conversation? Dak, bro. If you would have sat up here and said Brock Purdy, I would have seen the vision.
But we know Brock Purdy's not winning because of himself. He's winning because of his weapons. We know that. That's why Purdy's not in the top 5 quarterback discussion. Maybe not in the top 10.
Yeah.
You can argue it.
But neither is Dak.
Yes, he is. Dak has been at worst a top 5 quarterback this season. And he's been consistently a top 10 quarterback, minus last year, outlier year.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of Hall of Fame quarterbacks have had that. You look at Peyton Manning, he's had one. You look at even Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago. He had a down year. I mean, for Patrick Mahomes, but still. Like, guys have down years. So, but.
That's cool.
That's been the same guys. Huh?
Who are you playing?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the MVP discussion. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, there's a reason why the media is not talking about it, because they see right through it. They see the fraudulent activity. You mean to tell me blowing out the Panthers on the
propaganda? I haven't seen Jalen MVP propaganda either. I haven't even
running the Giants at home. The Patriots.
Bro, they can't control the schedule. They can't control who they play.
That's fine. But again, like I said, the teams they've gone up against that have records over 500, which are only 2, granted, but 2 big ones, 0-2.
Okay, so you're in the camp of Dallas probably will split with the Eagles. They'll win in Jerry World, most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
That's an above 500 team. The other thing is
division
you also have to look at narrative and where we are in the season. Okay, now a little bit of if, buts, and maybes. Just a little bit, that. But no, you have to look at it because this is projecting more than if, buts, and maybes. If Jalen beats Dak 2 times this year, I can't give it to Dak. But if Jalen loses to the Niners and then turns around and loses in Jerry World, Dak, beats the Eagles and things like that, I think the conversation will flip. And I honestly think that's what's going to happen. I think you guys lose this week, lose to Dallas, and then win out. I think Dallas probably wins out the rest of the year.
I don't think so. We're not losing 2 in a row. It's not happening. We'll either lose this week and win next week, or
we said the Niners weren't going to lose 1 in a row, and 2 in a row, and they lost 3 in a row. So I mean, we don't know. And quite honestly, I could see the Eagles losing 2 in a row because of what I was explaining, how they've constantly had to win these nail-biter games because they just can't put the boot on the throat in these games.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not going to penalize Dak for blowing out teams he should blow out.
Well, that's fine. But again, we're talking about the Panthers, bro. The Panthers?
Yeah.
It's like saying Kirk Cousins last year should have been an MVP.
Well, no, because he's not having. He wasn't having the statistical year that Dak is having. Now, granted, Kirk Cousins in the first 6 weeks was on pace for 6,000 yards, but still, there's a difference between Kirk and Dak, and you just don't want to admit it because you're an Eagles fan. You don't want to admit that Dak is a fringe top 5 quarterback year in and year out. You don't want to admit to it because you're an Eagles fan, and that would be. He is
fringe top 10 quarterback. I'll give you that, but
I disagree.
That's cool.
But hey, we'll see at the end of the year. Who knows? Maybe my Myles Garrett propaganda might come to a.
It's not going to.
What if they went out? What if they went out?
I'm telling you, it's either going to be Jalen, Pat again, or a guy like Lamar Jackson.
If the Browns win this week with Joe Flacco at the helm, and Myles Garrett's got 2.5 sacks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep hammering the
If anything, maybe Tyreek Hill might be MVP for all we know.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill, he could be. If he eclipsed 2,000 yards,
he's on pace.
He is. He needs one more I'm him game. He needs a $175 game to really comfortably get himself there.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Nail biters at the 110 range the rest of the way.
Yeah. I'll have to see, but yeah.
He needs 175.
Definitely on a crazy pace, but
and to move on, who else do we think is on pace for possible MVP? Right? Do you think Dak's at least in the discussion? With the numbers that I brought you, they're 8-3. They're you know what I mean, tied with the second best record of football, third best record because the Ravens have the extra game.
I mean, I guess he's on the outside, knocking the doorstep of the conversation.
I think he finishes top 3 this season in the voting, at least. He's my MVP.
I could see top 5.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be Jalen, Pat, or Lamar.
I think Pat's had too many duds, and I think Lamar's had too many duds.
Yeah, but
Dak, to me, Dak this year has been consistently at least good in every game. Maybe one.
The media ain't seeing it that way though.
Yeah, because the media doesn't want to give anybody flowers. The media.
Well, like I said before,
just wants to hate on everyone that they possibly can. That's why Dallas isn't in the news cycle right now because there's nothing to hate on. Now, if they lose this week against Seattle, they'll be all over the headlines. But if they win, no one's going to talk about them. Same thing with the Birds. I don't think the Birds have even been in that many in national media attention because they've just,
kept winning. We just keep
winning. No one wants to hate. No, there's nothing to hate against that team. So I don't know, but I think Pat's up there. Tua hasn't missed time, has he?
No.
Tua could very well do it.
He could be in the conversation too. I just
think they peaked too early.
Yeah. They definitely caught their nut early. Pause.
Yeah. Yep. And before we move on, I actually have another question about another award. So, for all of you that don't know, Aaron Rodgers is officially back at practice. They opened his 21-day window.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, bro.
79 days after tearing his Achilles.
11 weeks. Not even 3 full months. Not even 3 full months, bro is practicing, taking 5-step drops and all sorts of shit.
Jets have opened his 21-day practice window so we could see him before Christmas.
Here's what I think goes on. If he looks good this week and progresses at the rate that he is, I think he's got a chance to suit up next week. Not Falcons, but like the next week.
Oh, like 2 weeks.
Week 14. Week 14.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you mean to tell me that he's gonna be playing against the Falcons?
But if we beat the Falcons, move to 5-7.
Yeah, if this is the trajectory, this is definitely a must-win for you guys, because if you're
it's
in
a must-win regardless.
Yeah.
Whether it comes back, if whatever week he comes back, those previous weeks are all win now. Like, we need to win this week. If he doesn't come back till week 15, we got to win next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
But
or if you lose, hope other people lose too.
Yeah, I think we could. I mean, we're the 15th seed, and it's crazy to think, well, if Rodgers comes back next week,
But that's how close the AFC is, bro. There's
only
nothing
two games out of the 7 seed, and we're 15th.
Anything could happen in the AFC right now. That's for sure. But
we saw it just last year. The Packers.
To answer your question, absolutely.
Do you think even if he just played, if we don't make the playoffs, just steps on the field,
he up and throws and has a decent day? Absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because bro had a season-ending injury, right? It was like, this is like, all right, we're not going to see him at his peak until like mid-season next year. And this dude is coming back the same season with meat on the bone yet, and y'all ain't out of the playoffs. So yes, I think absolutely,
really,
no doubt.
Even if he just suits up, I think if he's on the field, I don't care if we're 4-11. I think he wins comeback player of the year.
I agree. What is the what is the line for Aaron Rodgers as comeback player of the year on futures?
He's probably like 4th or 5th, to be honest. Because I think Brees is still ahead of him. I think Saquon, maybe Lamar. Oh, Damar Hamlin,
yes.
The ambulance. Yep.
Which is crazy, but
yeah, the Hamlin propaganda. Bro's been inactive for 6 weeks, but we're not gonna go there. He's been inactive since he freaking lost him a game.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year. He is 5th plus 1,800. So Damar's number 1, Tua is number 2 at plus 440. Lamar Jackson number 3 plus 1,200. Russell Wilson tied with him 4th at plus 1,200. And then Aaron Rodgers. All
I'm saying is, if I hit my parlays tonight, I'm definitely putting $10 on plus 1,800 for Aaron Rodgers to win comeback player of the year. Because this would be the year to do it too, because there hasn't been a guy that was like, it's not like the Adrian Peterson MVP year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like he was out the whole year, came back the next year, and no one missed more than like 7 games that's in the running. So
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers?
Food. Free money.
Fruit, bro. Thanks, Mom.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah. She don't like your hack sheet Cowboys.
I know.
Dak for MVP.
No shot. Even she can tell you that.
But it would be absolutely insane, especially if we're 5-7 and he comes back, bro. The football gods.
Y'all better hope that
if we make the playoffs, the league is scripted.
Yes, I agree. I full-heartedly agree.
I want a copy of the script for next year so I can make some money.
Yeah. What the heck? Listen, that commercial was cool and all, but they are not hiding it at all anymore.
Facts.
Talk about the script.
Yo, you know what's crazy too? We're 4 games behind the Dolphins. The Dolphins have the toughest stretch of their season the rest of the year, and we play them twice. Division. Now, you know what I'm saying?
The hopium is seeping back in.
Now, if they lose this week in Washington,
yeah,
and we beat the Falcons, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Bills are looking at that too, but again, they got a tough stretch too. So yeah, hey, listen,
The Bills are dead.
yeah,
Bills are dead.
We put
Every
them
loss
in
that
their
they
coffin.
have, bro, every loss that they have, it's like they lost 4 straight Super Bowls again. Every single loss. It's like, oh my God, Josh Allen's ignoring the media. Stephon Diggs is pissed off. His brother's telling him to come to Dallas on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott, I think he gets fired at the end of the year, no matter what happens. I don't think they're not making the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, something's got to change. So yeah, he might go. Diggs might go.
I
We'll
think
see.
he's the first one to go.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Yep.
It's a shame because they got a fun squad to watch, but they just can't get it done.
Facts.
But yeah, why don't we switch gears? Yeah, let's talk about this in-season tournament.
I'm with that. So, in-season tournament bracket play is set in the West and the East as of last night. We'll get into some clutch performances of yesterday, especially from a certain player on the Knicks who may or may not have tried to tell y'all. But
we'll
drink it in, bro. What's your most exciting matchup that you see in this bracket? And I guess it's time to make some predictions, huh?
Yeah. I mean, for me, the one that stands out the most is obviously Lakers Suns. LeBron versus KD again with a little bit. They're a little bit more healthy now. In the Suns, they got Devin Booker back. Beal's still out, but yeah, bro, these are going to be insanely competitive matchups.
Facts, bro. We got playoff basketball in November.
Yeah, December.
Yeah,
bro. It's crazy the way and kudos to the NBA. I know we kind of questioned it when they first announced it and dropped the whole thing, but
yeah.
Listen, bro, the product on the court has been a lot better. Players have been playing, the fans have been engaged.
Yep.
It's been
every game, even in blowouts, has mattered because it's based off point differential.
Yeah, so it's been very, very fun to watch.
Yeah.
And yeah, kudos to them for doing that. And it was a great idea.
Facts. I'll tell you what I'm most excited for in this tournament. I'm actually biased, but the Pacers in this tournament, I'm most excited about it because one, my propaganda for them being the 3rd seed is well alive at this point. And we'll get to see if they're legit or not. If they go into Boston, well, if they play Boston well, potentially beat them, we might be able to see them against the Bucks back to back, which are the 2 leading teams for conference finals in that conference. Tyrese Halliburton is having an MVP year. You can't convince me otherwise. He is the MVP. If not, most improved. I don't know. He's first team All NBA, I think. Him and Steph, I think, have been the 2 best guards in basketball.
Yeah.
And if it's not Steph or Tyrese, it's Luka.
Yeah, because Luka's been balling too. But
there's like 5 guards that can make first team All NBA. Book, Luka, De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton. There's just a lot of guys.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see that. And moving over to the Kings thing, before we get into our predictions, I wanted to bring this up and get your thoughts on it. So, are the Warriors dead?
I think so. And it kind of goes with my propaganda to begin the season, talking about how I think they're over the hill and the Max Kellerman cliff theory. I think we're there.
You think so?
I really do.
Because they were up 24 in the second, 1 minute left in the second quarter last night. They had to win. They had to win by 12 to make it into the tournament. They had to win by 25 to be at home against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
My big concern with them is Klay.
Yeah, Clay's been real inconsistent.
Yeah.
Really inconsistent.
15 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 34% shooting from 3. Klay is a career 41% 3-point shooter. He's not even shooting that from the field. He's not the same defensive guy as he once was. And he's on a contract year. And I think it's genuinely playing with him. You saw that clip from yesterday in the media. how
Yeah.
he was talking about, I don't care what anybody says, yada, yada, yada. He should care. He should,
Yeah.
because
Messing with his bag for next year, and I think it's one of those things where Clay's been with the Warriors for so long, and all he sees is his career with Golden State. I think he kind of sees the writing on the wall that he's not going to be there next year, and it's taking a toll this year, which you can't let happen. But
yeah, because I don't think we're going to offer him the bag that he wants, and I think there is another desperate team out there that will absolutely give him a bag. One of them being the Lakers.
Yep.
I think they'll be willing to give him a bag, as long as LeBron's committed. Because, there's rumors that LeBron wants to play with Steph and he wants to play with this player and that player.
Yep.
So we don't even know what to do with that. The hell, the Lakers might blow it up if they don't do what they got to do this season. Because this is probably, we say this every year with LeBron. I feel like we've been saying it for 10 years, but this might be the last chance that he has. He's got a good
We have
roster.
been saying that forever.
We have, but when you look at the construct
moving
of
the
team,
goalpost down and down and down.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the construct of that team, I really think we're getting to a point where it's probably it. Like he's not the same guy as he was last year, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
The average is there for everything. He's having one of his best shooting career years, but the consistently game to game is not there. Like just last night, he had 18 points, no rebounds. First time since 2010, he had a game without a rebound.
Wow.
Now, rebounds, a lot of it's skill and a lot of it's luck, but again, you're LeBron. You're
to have a game 13 straight years where you at least grabbed one rebound.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the longest streak in NBA history.
Maybe.
Probably.
I'm sure there's some center out there that never had a game without a rebound.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Wilt or even Shaq probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Until his Boston years, but
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't think the Warriors are dead. I will never bet against them. Just like I don't bet against the Chiefs. I won't bet against them because we know what they're capable of. Draymond had a situation yesterday where he had a tech, but he was all over the court. All over the place.
Yeah.
But
he's been good.
Yeah, he's been good when he's played. He's shooting the ball actually really, really well this season. He's only played a certain amount of games, but he's shooting 42% from three.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. The backpack jumper.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I don't know where they exactly go from here. I think they need to make a move. They need size. I think if you're not going to get Klay back, especially with a new GM who's going to want to do what he wants to do, who's not a part of the history as much,
right.
I think they should move off Klay and try to get something.
Yeah.
Unless he starts turning it around, because Klay started like this last season, and then once Steph got out, he had a rhythm. He was averaging 28 points a game for a month and a half. Yeah. And it sort of equalized itself. I don't know if I see that opportunity this year with how many guys on that team are stepping up. Like Chris Paul has been really good for us, and Wiggins is finding his stride, and Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga are getting minutes, and Gary Payton's now out for an extended period of time. But
yeah, I tried to tell you last night when we were watching the game.
Yeah,
but yeah, bro, it's crazy to see that we've seen the complete arc of this core.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of seeing it come to an end, kind of like the Spurs.
Yeah.
In the late 2010s.
To me, as long as Steph is on that roster, you compete. You try. Yeah. You do whatever you have to do to get talent around him. I think you have to keep Draymond, because I think Draymond and Steph have, I don't know if this is controversial, but I think Draymond and Steph might have the greatest chemistry between the duo in history of the NBA. The way they work on offense is just insane. Passing into spots where Steph is going to be, and setting the way that they work the two-man game is unlike anything I've ever watched.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely up there in history. I mean, there's definitely a debate to be had about
And it's very
best
weird that
duo,
like the
but
primary ball handler in that is Draymond, and it's not
yeah,
Steph. It's so
yeah,
weird to think about.
that is
But
odd.
mhm.
But it's they're definitely up there in history. You know, you got them, Shaq and Kobe, Tony Parker and Tim Duncan,
Stockton and
Stockton and 32 from
yeah,
Utah,
um,
LeBron and Wade. Yeah, I mean they're definitely up there
yep,
for sure.
yeah, and we're also new name. We are no longer allowed to speak on the program.
Josh Giddey.
Okay, hey, don't
I
say
didn't
that.
know.
Don't
I
say
was
that.
asking a question. We can't talk about him.
Yeah,
That
the
sucks. He's on my
curly
fantasy
haired,
team too.
the
Listen,
curly
bro.
haired boy that plays for the Thunder.
The number 3, the Australian guy.
Yeah, yeah, Mister
Who
Under
likes
18. Yeah, we don't speak about him on a program anymore. Don't sue us. You know what I mean. Nothing's proven yet, but I mean, I'm sorry. I saw a
allegedly,
Snapchat.
bro.
Allegedly, there's a picture of it, but
Listen, bro. Listen. We cannot sit up here and act like it's an absolute. It's alleged because I need him to do good on my fantasy team.
all right. But I'm just saying, until proven otherwise, no longer speak his name.
Yeah, I will
Right?
say though, her and her family are not complying with authorities, which is kind of making this investigation a little complex, so to say. So, hey, she
Well,
might
that
have been
tells me
a
that
flanker.
maybe I don't know.
She might have been
Oh,
capping about
maybe she's
her
trying to get that
age.
bag. Maybe she's trying
Maybe
to get that bag. I respect it. You got to get the bag.
lying about her age to him.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. We'll see. I mean, all they have to do is just look up her age and then it's proven. So like
Yeah, but if it
like
comes out that she
it's
lied about it to him, then that's a different dynamic and
he
a
was
different
in
dialogue.
the photo.
Yeah,
He
but if
was in the photo.
I know he was in the photo, but if she told him that she was one age and he believed her, and then turns out that she was a different age, then
Maybe.
I mean, I'm not trying to justify
I
what
mean,
he did
bro,
because it's not.
we're in November. You need to tell me that they were spending time together from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. She was probably somewhere called high school at the time.
A
Like,
junior in high
hey,
school.
you can come over and smash after I get off the bus. Are
After
you
I get done with my geometry homework.
yeah, facts. Like what? Bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. You can
Yeah.
help me figure out my Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah. I will say though, I did take a peek at her Instagram. There is no like school-based stuff on it. So we don't know. But hey, we don't speak his name until proven otherwise.
Yeah, well, listen, it's definitely a saga to keep our eyes peeled on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Just as long as he still is balling out for my fantasy team, that's all that really matters. Because
I mean, has he even been balling out?
not really. But Miles Bridges has.
Yeah, facts.
Even
All right.
though-
Let's get into our predictions, okay?
Okay.
Lakers Suns, who do you got?
Lakers Suns. I got Lakers.
Oh, do you really?
I got Lakers.
Okay. All right. I respect it.
Um,
Bro. I actually
Sure. The interesting dynamic here is that Devin Booker's back, so it's another added dynamic for the Lakers to deal with. Because the last time that they took care of business, it was just KD.
Yep.
But LeBron gets up for these type of games.
He does, and it's very hard to bet against LeBron in a.
And that's where I'm at with it.
In a win, like we've always wanted to see LeBron in this type of scenario. Like we've seen it,
bro. Here we are.
My biggest concern with it is like we've seen in LeBron's series in the past how game 1 and 2 is a feel out game. He maybe goes 1-1, 0-2 in those games, and then he turns it on.
Yeah, but this is one game though.
One game.
Yeah,
one game.
So gotta have it.
Gotta have it. I think I'm leaning towards the Suns because we're looking at December 5th. That's like 5-6 days away. 7 days actually. I think Bradley Beal's going to be back.
Oh, you'll think he'd be back?
I think he'll be back by then. Because he was listed 2 to 3 weeks, like 2 weeks ago. So we're getting close to his return.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, well, if he is here, I take this team. If he's not, I'm going to take the Suns because Devin Booker's evolved again.
Yeah.
Devin Booker has become one of the best playmakers in basketball. He's been outrageous this season.
Yeah, bro.
Now, if they get to a high seed, bro, I think we got to start giving Devin Booker the MVP nod. He might be next up.
He could definitely be in the conversation, like if they're top of the West for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many guys this early in the season that are playing like MVPs. But I mean, it's the thing that drives MVP the most in the NBA, in my opinion, is narrative. And he'll have a hell of a narrative if he all of a sudden turns into a point guard and dominates the league like he was doing as a shooting guard.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm going to take the Suns to beat the Lakers.
Okay.
I just think that I think Devin Booker. No, I'm comfortable saying this. Devin Booker is going to be the best player on that court. Best player.
Very well could be.
Mm-hmm.
It also could be LeBron.
It could be, but it could also be KD.
We'll have to see.
I don't think it could be AD because AD only show up when he wants to.
Yeah.
So I think Devin Booker is a top 4 player in basketball right now.
Yeah.
And he's just been outrageous. We need to give him his flowers because all offseason I was saying, listen, they don't have a point guard. Who's playing point guard?
Yeah, and Devin Booker stepped into that role.
Yeah, he's averaging like 10 assists in his last 5 games. So
yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah. So shout out Devin Booker.
All right, cool.
Yep. All right, Kings, Pelicans.
I got Kings.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
I got the Kings. They've just been a well-oiled machine. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. It starts with them, and then Malik Monk off the bench really might be the 6th man of the year because he's been amazing for the Kings.
Mm-hmm. Depending on how
and they got a good mix of defense and 3-point shooters and vets. Yeah, I think they have more star power and just more. They're just gonna overpower the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Although they've been playing good too, but
yeah, Zion and Brandon Ingram have been awesome together.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, and CJ McCollum will be back. I believe he's playing tonight. So
yeah.
But no, I'm with you.
I still don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think De'Aaron Fox and them boys are a little bit more seasoned.
Yep. Y'all gonna be late in the beam.
But I do think if everybody's playing at their best, Zion's the best player on the court. Because Zion at his best is just unstoppable.
Yeah.
But I think if it comes down to a close game, clutch player of the year. So I'll give it to the Kings
for sure.
To the Kings.
Yeah, and they've got the gritty culture and the experience as well.
Yep.
In kind of situations like that. So yeah, I'm with Sacktown on this one.
Yep.
It's so good to see Sacramento being good.
Yeah, it is. It's cool.
Basketball's better when Sacramento is good.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you say that about every single football team.
No, I don't.
When they're on a redemption arc.
I say it against storied franchises. The Kings have been bad for 90% of their history. Outside of Oscar Robertson and like 2 DeMarcus Cousins years, they've been pretty bad.
Hey! Don't disrespect my man Vlade Divac and Mike Bibby, bro.
Oh yeah, because they were really dominating the league.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, bro. They got stripped of an NBA potential championship.
Peja Stojakovic.
Donaghy.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we have to spend much time on this matchup. Damian Lillard and a winner go home. I'm taking Dame.
I'm taking the Knicks. No, I'm playing. I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Dak Prescott for MVP.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bucks.
The 2 best players on the court are going to be Dame and Giannis.
Yeah. I think that the Jalen Brunson Dame matchup is going to be a mismatch in and of itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, Milwaukee's Milwaukee's what we've kind of projected to be. So
Yeah, I agree. They're gonna torture them. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right. And then Pacers Celtics. I'm not ready to say the Pacers will beat them as much as I want to and want to continue my propaganda. But
yeah,
I
I'm
think
with
the
you on
Celtics.
that. I'm taking the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be shocked though if the Pacers at home pull an upset,
No, me neither.
but it's going to take a lot.
It will.
They're going to have to play a perfect game. The Celtics aren't going to have to play as perfect of a game to take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Pacers
I agree with you.
Though.
I agree. Yeah. All right, so that would make it Suns. Well, for you, it would be Lakers, Kings. Who do you like?
I like Sac. I like.
Do you really?
That one. I do.
It's
I do. I don't know, bro.
The propaganda.
The propaganda. I mean, bro. That's it. Could be a toss up for sure. And I mean, you kind of have to look at like, I guess the LeBron matchup. I mean, they're gonna have Harrison Barnes on them probably, but again, who are they gonna have on De'Aaron Fox? Like D'Lo or Taurean Prince? I mean, Taurean Prince is a good defender, but
yeah,
they'll probably be. I don't know. It'll be in LA. Yeah, that's tough. Going into the crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm standing on business. Give me Sacramento.
All right. In my prediction, it would be Suns Kings. I'm gonna take the Suns.
Yeah.
Devin Booker. That's all.
Yeah.
Devin Booker. It's just he's probably impressed me the most out of any player in basketball this season. Just because of all the shit that I spewed all off season, and he's proven me wrong so far. Now he's been hurt here and there, yeah. But
right.
But I'm numb to that. He's been that for the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, dude, he's been outrageous, and he's been the best player on his team, and Kevin Durant's on his team. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, I like.
He's been really good too.
He has been really good. For sure. So, yeah, it's not really that close for me. I just think, like the Kings were a little bit more seasoned than the Pelicans. The Suns are just a hell of a lot more seasoned than the Kings. So, yeah. I like the Suns to make it to the championship in Vegas.
Okay, I don't hate it.
And then we both have Bucks Celtics. So, potential conference finals matchup.
Yep, conference finals preview.
One game. I'm taking Iguodala. No, I'm just kidding. I want Damon Giannis in a one-game scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, because Kristaps has been great this season. We've seen Brook Lopez multiple times this season do what Kristaps has done, and no one's talking about it. So,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. The X factor is definitely Drew Holiday, for sure.
Yeah. Former Buck himself, he kind of knows the cog in the system. Yeah. But again, this is going to be the first time to build the wall.
Yeah, they can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, unless, Kristaps is him now, but
yeah, unless they do build the wall with Kristaps and
yeah, I mean, listen,
whoever the hell else they have at in the big spot, Al Horford and whatever European guy they have playing down low.
Yep.
So yeah.
I like Bucks to make it.
Yeah. So for me, it's Kings Bucks, and for you, it's Suns Bucks. Interesting. I'm gonna go with Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they have a way to stop Giannis and Dame. I mean, Dame and Fox are gonna go at it, but yeah, bro. Giannis is gonna be the MVP of that for sure.
Yeah. He's the X factor in that matchup, 100%.
Yeah.
He'll outdo Sabonis, no problem. And I think the Bucks are probably deeper than the Kings.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't hate that. So you have the Milwaukee Bucks winning the in-season tournament.
I do.
All right.
Over the Sacramento Kings.
All right. So I have Suns Bucks.
Yep. More interesting matchup than Kings Bucks.
Yeah. I think it's gonna end up being the Bucks as well. Mainly because, like, I think the Kings are deeper than the Suns, and the Bucks are deeper than the Kings.
Right.
But I could see it. I could see Devin Booker and KD in this game going for 40 apiece. And
I was gonna say they could combine for like 70 or 80 points.
Yeah, I mean, Dame and Giannis can do the same thing, but
yeah,
man, something about Dame in a closeout game.
In one game closeouts. Yeah, bro, that's a tough matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
for
know.
me, the second unit's probably the difference maker, in my opinion. Granted, the Kings and the Suns, I mean, the Kings have a good second unit, and the Suns have a pretty okay second unit, but the Bucks are just loaded.
Yeah, at this point, I'd expect Bradley Beal to be back.
Yeah.
And then I think Bradley Beal coming off the injury will probably give roughly the same output as Chris Middleton. The biggest matchup in that game for me would be who has a better game, Brook Lopez or Yusuf Nurkic. And Brook Lopez is just awesome.
Yeah.
The only guy in the NBA history to completely change his game.
Facts.
So
facts, bro.
Yeah. So we both have the Bucks winning the. That's so stupid, bro. That's so
yeah,
stupid.
that is so stupid. But again, let's like,
how
do you go against? How do you go against it?
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
All right. So, cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens in this. I'm very excited to watch how this is played. We've got December 4th, December 5th, a game off, 7th, and then the 9th. So
cool.
Could be fun.
That is all next week.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they have a game at 10 p.m. 2 games at 10 p.m.
2 at 10. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's the West game, so.
Oh, hold on a second. Look at that. The semifinals are at the same time.
Oh.
In what? Okay, so.
Oh, no, it's not, because one's either going to be at 5 p.m. and the other one will be at 9.
Okay.
Either or.
Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. But
that's not really. I mean, you got one game at 5 o'clock and then the other game at 9.
Yeah. It would have been cool to watch them both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like bubble hoops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, dude. Good luck to everybody in this tournament. Tyrese Halliburton's the MVP.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro.
I don't agree with that, but hell yeah.
Let's get into try to tell y'all.
Okay.
All right. What do you think? I've tried to find somebody to put, because I've constantly, every time I've done this, I've had 1 football player, 2 basketball players. I've been trying to find a week where I can do 2 football. There wasn't a performance in football outside of maybe Dak that I could have said, like, holy shit, that was a killer game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Jalen had the 5 touchdowns, but he had 2 turnovers. Dak was really, really good, but it wasn't a great opponent. Mahomes was really good, but the touchdowns just wasn't there. So I only went with one guy in Kyron Williams, who had 204 total yards. First game off injury reserve, bro. No rust.
None whatsoever.
He's been awesome this year.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about him until this week, but like even before the injury, he was really good.
He was,
and
he's definitely been a big hit for the Rams. Love to see him back. Pick. Look at that stat line: 16 for $143 and 6 receptions, 61 yards, 2 tuds.
Yeah,
dude was
ridiculous,
hooping.
Yeah, and it was just every time he got the ball, it was a positive play. So, yeah, I got to give love where it's due, because the Rams look like a completely different team with him on the field.
Yeah, sure do.
Like, you know what I mean? The defense they were playing complementary football. The defense wasn't on the field because they couldn't run the ball. Like it looked really good. Looking back at a lot of the highlights, but yeah, dude, he's been unreal. If he didn't get hurt, he might be up there with C-Mac, and like this guy's been the best running back.
Top five rusher. Yeah,
yeah,
he'd be up there.
Yeah. So shout out Kyron Williams, dude.
Yeah, shout out.
And then we got 2 power forwards. These are very different players, but had somewhat similar games. So we'll start Evan Mobley. These are both last night. Evan Mobley, 17 points, 19 rebounds, 7 blocks, 8-11 shooting, 1 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
I picked him to win DPOY in the offseason.
Yep.
Just saying. Propaganda's well alive.
It sure is.
Now listen, I'm not going to ignore that Donovan Mitchell had 40, 11, and 5 in the same game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, bro, I was going to take him, and then I hit the all stats button, swiped over, and saw 7 blocks. So I was like, bro,
yeah,
what am I supposed to do with that?
So. Almost a 2020 game. Well, Julius Randle had a 2020 game.
Yeah, but the defensive presence isn't there with Julius Randle.
Yeah. Evan Mobley.
Dog. Yeah. Trae Young wasn't going into the paint at all because I watched this game. He wasn't stepping foot in the paint.
Yep.
And that's what having a guy like Evan Mobley does. You take away a big part of every team's offense when you play him because you just can't score at the rim against a team with those guys, him and Jared Allen.
Yep. So the Twin Towers.
Yeah, bro. Shout out Evan Mobley.
Yeah,
my DPOY. Okay.
Hey, propaganda.
It continues.
Yeah.
Okay. And besides, I gave you some love last time with your fantasy bullshit.
Yeah. You got to give yourself some love sometime, right?
Yeah, I got to eat too.
Love others.
I got to eat too. Right. All right. And then Julius Randle, 25, 20, and 5. One of the most quiet 20 and 20 games because I didn't even know he did it until I was reading through all the games today. It's not so much the stat line, it's the stat line in the game. They ended up with the 4 seed, which means they had to win and win by a lot to make it into the tournament. And they did that. And it was shouldered on Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson only had 17 points on rough shooting splits. So yeah, dude, it's awesome to see a guy like Julius Randle who's been struggling all season, piss poor shooting all year, to come out and have a dominant game like this. 11 offensive rebounds, by the way. So he was getting putbacks and, you know what I mean, a little bit of playmaking as like a third option playmaker on that team. You love to see it. So
yeah, bro, for sure. Yeah, definitely love to see it.
Yeah. And everybody loves to clown Julius Randle. I'm not going to do that today. Right? Yeah. I'll clown his ass tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, shout out to these guys.
Hell yeah. And
honestly, I don't really have any guys that are honorable mentions. Donovan Mitchell in the same game, 40, 11, and 5 was really good. Dame and Giannis combined for 70, 20, and 20 in a game earlier this week. Mm-hmm. Luka last night had 40, 8, and 8. So shout out to those guys. And obviously Dak had a great game, 334, 4 tuds.
Yeah.
And there was one more. Oh, the Bears defense, 4 picks, 4 sacks, and a fumble.
Yeah. Yeah, they balled out for sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so shout out all these guys. Give you your flowers because no one else will.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro.
Your favorite segment, too.
Yeah, my favorite segment. I love this segment because it's my segment. You don't get an opinion. That's why it's my favorite, because I'm right. You know what I mean?
No, you're not.
What? You don't agree?
I don't agree. And speaking of agreeing, these numbers would like to have a word as well.
Okay.
Season numbers, I mean, not this week, because you got me by 1 game, but still up 9.
Yeah, bro. I may not win the war, but I might get a battle or 2.
Sure did. So yeah, soak it in. I mean, we could touch on a couple of these games. How about the Packers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Green Bay.
divisional game on the road, you know what I mean, over a touchdown underdog, and Jordan Love played really well. I thought about him too, but just the numbers weren't there for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to tell y'all is, oh my God, you stuffed the stat sheet and you won the game. Those are the two requirements. Stuff the stat sheet. Oh, another honorable mention real quick before we continue. Troy Brown Jr. last night had 17 points on 7 of 7 shooting and 8 rebounds for the Timberwolves in a win.
Damn.
I'm going to do, I think, you know what, we'll say it now. Next week, I'm going to do a role player edition of Out of Left Field, okay? I'm going to shout out
Out of left field or try to tell y'all?
Try to tell y'all. I'm going to give props to 3 role players, whether it be 6-man in hoops or, you know what I mean, your number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah.
In the NFL. I'm going to give 3 guys props for being incredible role players, stars in their role.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, yeah, continuing on.
Hope you
shout
have
out to the
Brandon Graham on your list next week.
No. I'm not giving you any ammo. I'll give you nothing. You could have 7 sacks. I'm not giving you shit. Oh, man. But yeah, dude. Shout out to Dallas doing what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Niners do what they were supposed to do.
Fuck you too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, bro. They're you guys are still holding strong in that first seed lead though, up 2 games.
Yeah. Listen, I think if we win this week, the rest of the NFC can kiss the 1 seed goodbye.
Probably.
Because we're up 2 games and we have tiebreakers on just about everybody.
Yep.
So it was really like 2.5 games, which is basically 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at the end of the year, if we need one, Cardinals and the Giants twice. Are you kidding me? Yeah, bro. Link Invitational.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah. Shout out to the top 3 seeds in the NFC this week, honestly. Doing what they were supposed to do.
Yep, except for the Lions.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell. They'll be back though.
Yeah.
Division matchup. I'm not taking too much out of it.
Yeah. I'm happy for it though. Kind of gives us some margin of error to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were only down. They were only down 1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2.
We were going into this week thinking they had a cupcake game on Thanksgiving, and you guys had.
Gordon Love said, "Hell no, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in my house. Not in your house either."
Yep. Facts. All right. Black Friday game. The first ever Black Friday game was an absolute dud. Tim Boyle. Listen, I didn't ever think I'd see it's a quarterback worse than Zach Wilson. Of course, the one guy worse than Zach Wilson plays on the same team.
Bro, that's tough. Y'all could have had Joe Flacco, Carson Wentz, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Nah, Tim Boyle.
Yeah, those guys we could have gotten on the
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, and we'll get to Josh Dobbs, but we could have had him, who would have, you know what I mean, probably kept us afloat until, Aaron Rodgers.
What was about to go down? Yeah,
it's about to go down. You'll love to see it, but
yep. Shout out to the Dolphins for doing what they were supposed to do. Raheem Mostert, 2 tuds.
Yep. You love to see that, your fantasy propaganda.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Thanksgiving football, even though it was mostly blowouts, I thought it was good to watch. You know what I mean? Tough, gritty games, even though they were blowouts because they're all divisional matchups.
Yeah, it was good. The only thing that, and I don't think I saw this. I didn't. Saw it back on the rerun on the timeline, but what the fuck was Dolly Parton doing singing "We Are the Champions" at halftime of the Dallas game?
Listen,
in
bro.
In a cheerleader costume.
Listen, bro. I thought for a second that they were giving shout outs to a retired Cowboys cheerleader. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think Zach Wilson was probably on the sideline. Just, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Giving them, you know what I mean? He likes the older women. He was
Dolly
probably.
Parton, yeah. Listen, it could be a Jerry side piece. Got to bring her back for the
bro had to step out of practice on Thursday before his game and go watch Dolly Parton do what she do. But yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Like,
Yeah,
I was
like we are the singing "We Are the Champions" too. That's the weirdest part,
bro.
Like,
all the halftime shows were bad.
Yeah, Jack Harlow.
Yeah, like the TV idea of it wasn't bad, but then I saw like a video of what it was like in the stadium. It was just basically this white tarp on the floor, and nobody could hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who did San Fran, Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I was slump at that time, bro. All that turkey and alcohol.
Yeah.
But
yeah, bro.
yeah, dude.
I'm
excited
that
to
was
see
the
this.
weirdest part of Thanksgiving for me, I think, and it made all the Dallas Cowboys fans horny. Shout out Cole. I don't know if he was on that bandwagon too. If he would, but yeah, that was very odd.
Yeah,
Going after spoiled milk, but
it was definitely strange.
Yeah.
But I loved this weekend in sports though. Having a game on Friday was really cool, even though I was at work. They need to push it back to like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock is just a funky time.
Yeah, it didn't work. Everybody was at work. If they weren't, they were shopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was on Prime.
Yeah.
Like
if they would have had the game at like 6 o'clock, I think it would have been a lot better.
On like NBC or something where, you know what I mean? They can actually pull
not
in
even,
viewership.
Not even NBC. I mean, you could put it on Prime, but just at 3 o'clock? Maybe 6. I like a 6 game. 6 o'clock sounds good for Black Friday. I'm off of work at that point. You off of work at that point. A lot of people are off of work at that point.
Yes.
So yeah. I don't know. It was cool. I didn't really watch it, but it was cool.
No, I stopped watching it.
I know you did.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't sit and watch Tim Boyle play football. I'm gonna have to do it again this week.
Hey, you only got one more week, and then your Lord and Savior comes back.
Yeah, bro. Thursday, Friday, I'll be getting to the we could win this week. And then Saturday, I'll be hyped for the game Sunday. I'll be sat down with my bowl of chili and my Jets jersey, 1 o'clock Sunday, and I'll be napping by 2:30.
Just to watch Desmond Ridder light y'all up.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think we're going to – I don't know. I don't think we're going to lose, but –
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't really care to touch on Steelers, Bengals.
We should touch on Jags, Texans, though. What an all-time classic.
Facts.
Matchup. CJ Stroud, he's looking more and more legit by the week.
Yeah. Yep.
Now he fell short, but
yeah,
man,
as a rookie to get your team into position against the better team in your division to give them a possible chance to win, because they were driving until a sack and a penalty but hey, I don't really knock guys. Like we spoke about this a few weeks ago with Dak against the Eagles about how he got sacked, and like I don't really knock guys for that because they're holding on to the ball because they want to make a play. I saw the same thing with CJ Stroud in this game. Like, sure, throw it away. Yeah, he's a rookie. So I don't
like a 30-year-old Dak doing that type of stuff. Like, all right, that's a little.
Well, no, like I even if it's Dak, I don't look at it as, oh, they made a bad play, they took a sack. I look at it as they were trying to extend the play as long as possible to give their team a chance to win. Could they have thrown it away? Sure, but the other half of them getting sacked is them potentially making a play downfield and making an easier chip shot. So that's my look. That's my take on it. But no, shout out CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's fair.
Shout out CJ Stroud.
Hell yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence, who has had back-to-back really good weeks after, you know what I mean, being consistently turnover prone all year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're in the
right time.
Yeah, bro. They're in the passenger seat for AFC 1 seed. There's 3 teams with 3 losses and 8 or 9 wins. 4 teams. Yep. So, yeah, bro.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Bucks, Colts, I don't really care for.
Yeah. Shout out Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Shout out Bijan for having back-to-back fantasy weeks after I just traded for him. And you're probably sick as fuck about that.
You're welcome. Although I just traded for Alvin Kamara, so
you did.
The void is somewhat filled.
Facts.
But, yeah.
I have 2 trades sitting out there, by the way, for quarterbacks on teams that are bad. I'm hoping I get them. I put out the Jordan Love for Patrick Mahomes and or Lamar Jackson. No, Josh Allen
I
flyer.
was gonna say Lamar Jackson, no sir.
Yeah, because both the teams are basically eliminated. So,
Yeah.
but now moving on. Shout out the passing Paisano.
Yeah, the Paisano,
The
DeVito.
passing Paisano.
Yo,
Yeah,
he was
bro.
carving them up. Low
Facts.
key.
Back-to-back
Giants are on a
weeks.
2-game win streak.
Yeah, bro.
Wild stuff.
Yeah, backdoor cutting their way into the playoffs with the passing Paisano.
No shot. No shot.
No shot. But no, shout out Tommy DeVito, bro. No, I didn't see this. Now, when the tape gets out, we know what's going to happen.
no
when
doubt.
the tape gets
We
out.
don't have the tape on him yet.
Yeah, but
once
for
we get the tape
now,
on him-
for now,
I'm
I'm
here.
here for the propaganda.
The Linsanity run continues.
Yes. Yeah, so shout out. Bill Belichick getting fired, right?
He's not getting fired.
I think he's getting fired.
I don't think he's getting fired.
I mean, I don't know
As
how
a
much
GM,
longer.
he might get fired, but as a coach,
I don't think Robert Kraft is going to want to wait around.
a lot of it has to do like good coaches are hand in hand with good players.
They are.
If you don't have good players, it's going to make you look bad.
True, but like my thing is, when has that ever mattered in these coach firings mid-season? Like, I mean, the Panthers don't have any players, but but they fired Frank Reich, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bro, it's Bill Belichick, bro.
Yeah,
And
but
he also has a different role in the organization than Frank Reich did. Not only is he the coach, but he's the general manager.
yeah,
So as a general manager, he's been ass. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they bring somebody in to relieve him of that
Mhm.
and keep him as coach because, I mean, historically he's been phenomenal.
yeah.
So
I just think that we're getting to a point where
yeah, well, I mean, we'll see.
he's done absolutely nothing since Brady left. Nothing. I mean, he made it to the playoffs with a 9-18, but
Cool.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. So did the Bears with Cody Parkey kicking for him. So
the double doink. Shout
Yeah.
out.
yeah,
Shout out.
But yeah, let's see here. I don't really think anything in Tennessee, Carolina was that spectacular.
No.
Again, the Rams, bro. The Rams are back on track. They might have a chance to make the playoffs, especially with Seattle losing this week.
Yeah, they could. They definitely could.
Yeah, that team looks different when they have a solid running game. They did all that with Cooper Kupp only catching 2 balls for 15 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and Puka Nacua wasn't even that much of a guy anyways. That running game, even Royce Freeman, he had like 10 carries for 80 yards in a tud. So like,
Yeah, shout out. And shout out Tyler Higbee as well.
facts,
Balling out.
two tubs. Love to see it.
Yeah, another team that's kind of making their way back in the playoff picture, Denver.
Yeah, 5 straight wins. Russell Wilson has been now. I think there's too much of a bad taste in the mouth for Russ in his MVP conversation. But if they continue to win and like get to a point where they're like, 10-7, 11-6, it's alive. Like he's having
It's a long shot.
It's a long shot.
Maybe he has a chance for most improved
No, he won't get. There is no most improved.
or comeback player of the year. I mean, not most improved, comeback player of the year.
He could.
But yeah, MVP. No, I think record wise they're too far out of it because a lot of it plays into team success and like record.
I will say,
Granted, he is
has the
a
numbers.
huge part of their recent
Yeah.
success, but
He's got the numbers
yeah,
to be in
but
that
again,
discussion. Narrative isn't there.
yeah,
But no, shout out Russ and Sean Payton for flipping
yeah.
that thing around.
Hey, Broncos country is finally riding.
Facts. I mean, you know what I mean? They trotting. They're not riding. They're trotting right now.
Yeah.
But we'll see moving forward.
Yep.
Let's see.
Chiefs getting back on track after going down 14 in the first half to the Raiders and then proceeded to beat them by double digits.
Yeah. Rashee Rice is finally like becoming a piece to that offense.
Yep.
MBS needs to stop getting run. I think they need to give it to strictly Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, and Rashee Rice. I think that needs to be their every down wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Pacheco is the angriest motherfucker in football.
Yeah, bro.
And Kelsey had a bounce back game without Taylor Swift in attendance.
It's bound
So,
to happen.
The curse is broken.
No. They're playing the Raiders, bro.
Yeah. I don't like how I'm hearing Travis Kelsey retirement rumors, though.
I'm not surprised, though, to be honest.
me neither.
He's that lingering injury he's been dealing with, it's definitely taken a toll, and I wouldn't be shocked if either this offseason or the next if he just calls it a career. Because, I mean, think about it. He's one of the greatest tight ends to ever play. He's won multiple Super Bowls. I mean, what else does he have to prove? He's just out there for the love of the game.
I think he's only going to leave off of a bowl.
Yeah.
Whether it be this season or next season. Like, if they win the bowl this year, I could definitely see him walking away.
Yep. Same with Jason.
Yeah,
and I don't want to see that, but
yeah, which could be a like I think they retire the same year.
Yep.
To be honest, so they can go into the hall together.
That would be fire.
Yeah, like
having Donna Kelsey call them in to the hall.
Yeah, like I won't be surprised if Jason Kelsey this year is like, I'm going to call it quits, and Travis is like, I'm only going to play one more. Can you play one more with me and we'll retire together? I could see that happening.
Yeah, because they both still have a lot of football left in the tank.
They do.
They've been playing. They're the best at their positions.
Yeah, and they're both they're in this stage of making the case for greatest at their position of all time.
Yeah,
I think
Jason's closer.
I actually disagree. I think Travis is already there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's going to have another, like, 9th straight 1,000-yard season this year.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Jason's super close, too, though.
Yeah, I think one more All-Pro will get him there, and he's going to get it this season because he's a lock every year for All-Pro. Like, we know the guys that Kelsey's competing with. That's what makes it more comfortable for me to say. I think it's harder to grade a lineman. Like who
like you're looking at guys like Mike Webster. Trying to think.
My point.
A couple other guys.
There's a couple
off the top of my head, but
center's weird. Like I can do guard and tackle, but
centers are weird. Yeah, but
hey, Nick Mangold.
Nick Mangold. Crazy.
Hey, he's gonna be Hall of Famer.
Yeah. But yeah, bro.
These guys will go in together.
There.
Yep. They'll go in together probably first ballot.
No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have to do a new Heights episode. All right, guys, so we're at the Hall of Fame.
Facts. Live on stage at the NFL Honors.
At Canton. What? Absolute king shit. Speaking of Jason, how about them Birds? 10-1. Have a chance this week to be the first team to punch a ticket to the playoffs. And it's still November. How crazy. We could just coast. Nah, we can't really coast the rest of the way, but in terms of having a playoff berth, like
you could coast if you didn't have the matchups you have remaining.
Yeah. Still got some matchups, but speaking of the matchups, bro, listen. I remember once upon a time when, we lost to the Jets and everybody was like, oh shit, here we go. Here's the gauntlet. And here we are, like 3/4 of the way, 7/8 through this gauntlet.
Facts.
Still standing, bro.
And dude, there's still people out there. There's still people out there saying, "Oh, the gauntlet doesn't start until Niners. The gauntlet doesn't
until Cowboys, Seattle." They're gonna be pushing it back till the gauntlet's over, bro.
They're gonna be like, "Okay, here comes the gauntlet, divisional round.
Here comes the Cardinals, bro." Jonathan Gannon. This game, oh my god, bro! This was one of the wildest games. And I feel like I've said that about a couple of games this year, but this one was one of the wildest ones that I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
For us to go down double digits at half and into the fourth quarter, and for Jalen Hurts to bring us back and the defense to get timely stops. I keep worrying about it every single week, and criticizing Brian Johnson. Like, I mean, I'll give you one critique that really irked me. Like, why aren't we getting the ball to DeAndre Swift sooner? It
Yeah.
took till like the 8:03 mark
Mm-hmm.
in the third quarter for us to establish the run. And then you started to see some beautiful RPO action in the red zone off of that, like Jack Stoll, 15-yard play action boot, and then touchdown to AJ.
Yep.
Strictly an RPO. Beautiful. Because we got the run going. Why can't we do that earlier in the game? Especially the guy like DeAndre Swift, who is this season, in my opinion, a top 5 running back in the league. That doesn't make sense. I mean, these coaches get paid millions of dollars and can't see this shit. Like, that's the one thing that irks me about Brian Johnson, because I feel like situationally, it's particularly in the first half of games, like he's just not there. But back to my point about like it's hard to critique this team because I feel like this is just kind of who they are at this point. Like, the first half's kind of a feel out period, and once we go into halftime and get the second half adjustments right, we come out strong.
Yep.
You like to see them put this together for 4 quarters, but I feel like at this point of the game, this is who we are. Whether it's good or bad in the first half, we're gonna feel it out, and then at halftime we're gonna adjust, and in the second half we're gonna get right and find a way to win these games. And this is one of those things here. I mean, Josh Allen had a phenomenal game. But for Jalen Hurts to make more plays is just absolutely ridiculous. How about shout out Jake Elliott, bro? 59 yards in a monsoon with a crosswind.
That was gross.
Like, what the hell?
That was disgusting.
He's the best kicker in the NFL. No cap. I don't care about Justin Tucker. Jake Elliott is the best. No doubt about it.
Nah.
Most clutch, best kicker.
No, it's
no
not.
doubt. Jake
Justin
Elliott
Tucker.
is 8 for 8 when 2 minute and under for game winning situations. 8 for 8. Has not missed. Does not miss, bro.
Bro.
He is him. Jake Elliott, the GOAT.
Listen, bro. Justin Tucker is the best kicker in football.
If Justin Tucker's 1A, Jake Elliott's 1B.
Okay. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I'm a Harrison Butker guy, but
I'm a Jake Elliott guy.
Hmm.
What a kick to send it to overtime, and then Bills get it in the first half, and BG's like, it don't matter, we still gonna win. Forced a field goal, and then we're just like, all right, we know we got to go down and score a touchdown, and that's exactly what Jalen Hurts did. Led a beautiful, beautiful drive.
Yep.
All the way down the field, and fitting enough on a quarterback draw, which at times I hate because I feel like Brian Johnson wants to spam him all too much.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like sometimes in situations they're good, and you see it. Like there's some times where like it calls a quarterback draw, and it's just like what the hell. Like there was one in the first half that was kind of like that. Jalen ran right into the blitz. It's like what are we doing? But that one on that situation, I mean, we had just run the ball at Swift too. Perfect. This is absolutely perfect on a zero blitz. Shift them to the right side, run to the left. Beautiful. And called game.
Yeah.
Like Paul Pierce. Called game. Yeah, we keep rolling. 10-1.
Yeah, bro. I do think it's funny. Like the Buffalo Bills record with Josh Allen in overtime games just screams what I've been trying to say for years now, that they're 0-5 in overtime games.
They're 0-6 now.
0-6, yeah. It's just
0-6, yeah.
You can't have it. But
yeah, especially since the rule change too, which was because of Josh Allen.
Facts. It's nothing's helping.
That Chiefs divisional game.
Maybe they need to change the rule to where only the Bills get the ball.
Whether they score a field goal or a touchdown, as long as the Buffalo Bills score,
game over.
Game over.
Yep.
And even if the other team gets the ball to start and they score a touchdown, the Bills can score a touchdown and they're allowed the 2-point conversion automatically.
Yeah. All right. Sunday Night Football. Not much to take away from there other than the Chargers, dude. I don't know what's going on.
They suck.
Yeah, bro.
They suck.
The Chargers
It's a coaching thing, bro. I'm telling you, Brandon Staley is not the guy.
No.
I just like you don't know what's going on with the team, like defensively too, particularly defensively. I mean, offensively, it's tough, and I mean we kind of see with Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Obviously the pass first offense isn't really what wins you championships. Like pass heavy offense, it's flashy, it's cool, makes oohs and ahs, but it's not championship ball.
Yeah.
But the defense, I don't understand how that defense is just that bad.
No, because I mean,
Khalil
Mack is having a revival season, and you know what I mean. Kenneth Murray's been playing really well, and Derwin James has been playing well. Like they have a lot of individual success on that defense. It's just not pieced together well. I don't know what it is.
Right, it makes no sense, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely no.
Because theoretically, they should be at least average. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely got something to do with play calling.
Yeah.
And
it's just
overall scheme and things like that.
Yeah, bro, it just makes no sense. He might get fired at the end of this season.
I think now he probably has the hottest seat in the NFL.
Yeah.
As of right now. And then Monday Night Football, the Pastronaut becomes the Astronaut.
the Jeremy Lin, the Linsanity run is over.
Yeah. That just shows how bad the Bears are too. That they had a +4 turnover differential, including the 2 fumbles on both sides. And they only won by 2 points.
Yeah.
Insane.
DJ Moore, hell of a game.
Yeah, DJ Moore was great. Justin Fields had one really, really good play that got them over the hump. I will give Justin Fields credit. He made it a great throw to get them in position to win that game.
Yeah, he did. Wide open too.
Yeah, dude. I don't know where the Bears go from here.
Yeah, that's the tricky part because as of now they're slated to have the number 1 pick and the number 4 pick. So you could theoretically, if you're gonna go the Justin Fields route, you could trade at a number 1 and get another big time player and draft capital in return as well, and then use number 4 to take Marvin Harrison, which is what I like. I think I would go that route, but
I'm in the camp of draft Caleb, draft
Williams.
Marvin Harrison. Draft Caleb and draft Marvin. Draft them both.
It's going to be one of those 2 scenarios. We don't know what.
Those 2 on the Bears could do similar things to what Dak and Zeke did. I know it's not quarterback, running back. It's quarterback, wide receiver. But I think immediate impact like that could happen with those guys. And let's be fair. Like, I think the Bears are losing games because Justin Fields isn't a good quarterback. I think their defense has a lot of talent. I think if they get the right coaching in there, they need help on the offensive line. But we've seen year in and year out from a lot of teams, you can build offensive line many different ways. It doesn't have to be through the draft. Everybody wants all their team to draft a tackle in the first round. You don't have to do that to build a good offensive line.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think they need to move because I think they're going to get back this just as much, if not a little bit less draft capital for Justin Fields than they would for the number 1 pick. You know what I mean? Because, Caleb Williams is one of the highly touted prospects since probably Trevor Lawrence and Andrew Luck. But you don't know what you're going to get from him. You know what you're going to get from Justin Fields. And if you get him in a situation where you have a great offensive coordinator, a great offensive head coach, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're going to get. Behind a good offensive line, you could get something way better. So
right. I think if he was on the Atlanta Falcons,
Yeah, because the Falcons are going to be too good to get
or
one of those.
even Minnesota.
Yeah, I think they're going to be the Falcons might be too good to get their hands on one of either Caleb, Drake May, or I guess who's number 3? Penix?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Yeah. But even them, you're not like, we need to have that guy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, they need to, they have a lot of decisions to make because they don't want to win too many games.
Right.
At this point in the season.
But you want to start building a team and a culture that is winning.
Yeah. But yeah.
And they're in a decent spot. I mean, they got the picks, they got salary cap room yet. So
yeah.
Who knows?
They do need to make the quarterback decision sooner than later because there's no sense in building a culture with a quarterback you're just going to replace.
Right.
So, yeah. And then on the Vikings side of it, just Jetta's back. That's good.
Yep. see how that goes.
They have decisions to make too. So
yeah, they do.
They have quarterback decisions that they need to make. Bring back Kirk, bring back Josh Dobbs, or draft somebody, or do something.
Or trade for somebody. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Trade for Zach Wilson.
Somebody will trade a 6th to get Zach Wilson and a 7th. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right,
let's run through these.
Let's talk about these games.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 6 teams on a bye for Week 13: the Bills, Ravens, Giants, Bears, Vikings, and Raiders.
Yep.
So shout out them. Get some rest. Get right. First game here, Thursday Night Football. Seattle Seahawks going into Jerry World to take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys are 8.5-point favorites.
Yep.
Both coming off of Thanksgiving performances. Kind of well rested here. Geno Smith firing. Talking about running it, the table.
Yeah.
I think they're without Kenneth Walker.
Probably.
Again. So that's a blow to them.
Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Cowboys at home.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to, as much as I can see this being an under fest, I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think too much into it with Dallas. Like, as much as I would love to see a close game between two good teams and Dak pull one out so I can continue my MVP propaganda, I just think they're too good and they're a lot better than Seattle, and I think they definitely cover the spread.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Shame though. Primetime unders though. Hey, high hit rate. I think this game, like my betting lock of the week, this game under.
Okay.
It's like 46, I think the line was the last I looked. Under.
Yeah.
Under. Next game, LA Chargers going into Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Chargers are 6-point road favorites.
Yeah.
This is tough because, like, we don't know what the Chargers are.
We know what they are. They're bad.
I know, but it's like we don't know what we're going to get every week from them.
Yeah, we do. Close losses. That's why I'm taking the Patriots to cover and lose.
Yeah. I mean, my only thing with this is, like, if the Chargers offense gets going, can the Patriots keep up? But at the same time, we've seen gritty road performances like in Green Bay, where Green Bay kept it close, actually ended up winning the game and neutralized that LA offense. So I'm going to co-sign that and take the Patriots to cover and win.
Yeah, they very well could win. Like, I feel like we're at the point where we know that the Patriots are bad. So, like, we sort of expect them to be bad.
Also bad.
Yeah, the Chargers are bad, and they also lose when we don't expect them to. In this game, we don't expect them to, so
right.
I like them to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Next game here, Arizona going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers are 5.5-point home favorites. Fuck you, Jonathan Gannon. Give me the Steelers.
Okay. I'm actually going to take Arizona. I think they've been playing better with Kyler Murray, and I think they just keep it close enough. I don't think they win, but the Steelers, hey, they had 400 yards of total offense for the first time in 58 games since Matt Canada's taken over, and it was their first game without him. But I don't see them continuing that. I still think I think they have bigger problems than Matt Canada on that offense. And I think Kyler Murray's going to will them close enough. But I can definitely see the Steelers covering, but I'm just not there. I think Arizona can cover this game.
I'm just not high on Arizona.
I'm not either.
Even with Kyler Murray being back, I don't see it.
Okay, that's fine.
Next game here, practically a pick'em. Colts on the road in Tennessee to take on the Titans. Colts are 1.5-point road favorites. Here's a team that nobody's talking about in the AFC. The Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
Right in the thick of it for the playoffs.
Yeah. Minshew Mania is alive and well.
Yeah, bro. It all starts with Shane Steichen. Like I said, bro is a dog. It's got a culture going there. It's a shame, though. Jonathan Taylor is out multiple weeks with a thumb injury. I think he had surgery either today or yesterday, something like that.
We saw what Zach Moss did without him earlier in the year, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, that's a huge blow because Jonathan Taylor was starting to come on.
Yeah, pause.
For the Colts. Yeah.
I don't think Tennessee's good enough to win back-to-back weeks, to be honest.
Yeah. This is a funky one because this is definitely one that like the Colts could lose, but
yeah, I'm definitely flipping that. I'm taking Tennessee at home.
Oh, okay.
To win. I Mike Vrabel. I like Mike Vrabel.
Oh, you like him now? It took you.
I've always liked Mike. I've always liked Mike Vrabel. My propaganda isn't against him. It's against the team because I think the team is bad. And I've been proven right once again.
Yeah, so, that is true.
Give me the Titans. You know what? No, I think they cover and lose.
How do you cover a 1-point loss?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's going to be a 13-12 ball game.
You want to see, where are they in the standings?
Bad.
Titans.
That's
4-7. Colts are 6-5.
Yeah, they're bad.
Do we think that they go to 7-5? The Colts.
I don't know. I mean, I think they have the overall roster to do it. It's just, and I know you have a soft spot for Minshew because he was a former Eagle. But,
no, it's not really Minshew. It's really Shane Steichen that I have a soft spot for, and he's really been good for.
Yeah, that's your
Colts.
boy. That's your boy.
Yeah, that's my guy. This is definitely one they could lose for sure, though.
Agreed.
Division game, trap game. Did you write mine in pen?
No.
No. Nah, I'm gonna stand on business.
Do you like the Colts?
Colts.
All right, bro. Mm-hmm. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, that's why they're pick'ems. Next game here, Denver Broncos on the road taking on the Houston Texans in NRG. Houston 3.5-point home favorites. I'm taking the Houston Texans to bounce back here. CJ Stroud has been electric.
Facts.
And they've been playing very well, especially at home. Him and Tank Dell have been phenomenal. Their defense could give CJ Stroud problems, but same could be said for Russell Wilson. Yeah, I think the Texans coming off a tough loss against a really good team. I think they get back on track.
Yeah. Denver winning 6 in a row is a bit of a stretch for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I said that about them winning 3 in a row. So I think I'm with you though. I think I'm going to take the better quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll take CJ Stroud to cover the spread. Probably a 4-point win, but Because Denver's
Yeah,
defense Denver's defense these past 5 weeks has been top of the league.
It
So,
has. Yeah, since they got 70 hung on them, they've been one of the best defenses in the NFL,
yep.
without question.
Yeah. So I saw a stat earlier today. In that Dolphins game, they give up 10 offensive touchdowns. Since then, 15. So, like, that's just how crazy that game was.
Yeah, that's
so,
insane.
Yep. I'm here. I'm with you, though. Propaganda for the Texans.
Yeah. All right, next game here. Detroit on the road in New Orleans, taking on the Saints. Both coming off of L's. Well, I think the Saints were on a bye last week, were they?
No, they lost to the Falcons.
They lost. That's right. My bad. 4.5-point road favorite for Detroit.
Yep.
Who do you got here? This is a funky game. Both teams coming off of an L.
Yeah.
Saints they're in do or die territory for the playoffs here and the division.
Yep. I like Detroit in this game to cover. Jared Goff did not have the game I expected him to last week, and I think he's due for a bounce back, and they're in a dome.
Yeah.
The dome propaganda is alive and well.
Except for last week.
Divisional game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Give me the Lions to bounce back. Really bad loss, but yeah. Next game, Atlanta Falcons going into New York to take on the Jets. So for the first time since week 1, I'm going to ask you from now until the end of the season, obviously. Is Aaron Rodgers playing this week?
Listen.
Isn't that crazy to say?
I'm
After
not saying
shredded his Achilles tendon. Now we're sitting here saying, is Aaron Rodgers playing this week?
I'm not saying there's a big chance that he does. I give it like a 5% chance, though. I don't think it's off the table.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a little sliver. 5% chance.
Okay,
to
fair
play.
enough.
If there's a will,
There's a way.
there's a way.
Yeah.
And he's shown during this season, all that bullshit that people say about Aaron Rodgers is gone. The only shit they're talking about Aaron Rodgers now is he going to jeopardize the Jets by wanting to keep his guys Lazard, Hackett, and Cobb on the roster?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think that Hackett needs to go. I think we need to get a good offensive mind in there. I think we could probably steal if Ben Johnson doesn't get a head coaching job at the end of this year. I think we could coerce him into coming to our roster. He's got a good defense to back up his offense. He gets a chance to call plays for a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, that's the only thing though, because Hackett was one of the guys Aaron Rodgers circled. So
I know, but I think you can get
just
Rodgers in a room and say, "Hey, listen, like, what matters to you more, power or winning? Pick one." If he says power, you keep his guys because it's Aaron Rodgers. But if he wants to win, you know what I mean? He has to be able to do anything that's necessary to do so.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I like the Jets in this game.
I like the Falcons.
Fuck you, dude. But no, I get it. I get it.
Reason being, I have no faith in your offense. I have faith in your defense to mitigate Desmond Ridder, because I don't have faith in Desmond Ridder. But I have more faith in Desmond Ridder than I do whoever the hell is starting for you at quarterback, whether it be Tim Boyle, Zach Wilson again. Until Aaron Rodgers steps foot on that field, I don't have faith that the Jets can do anything offensively. I'm over it.
I respect it. I'm not hating. I respect it.
I tried. Listen, I rode it as long as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get off the wagon.
That's fine. That's fine. Are you gonna you gonna hop back on when Aaron Rodgers shows up?
Indeed. Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. I'm only taking them because I need good karma because they need to win this week. So
yeah, that's true. I'm taking the Falcons though, but just because again, I don't I don't think the Jets offense is going to produce. I mean, the Falcons have a pretty underrated defense.
They do.
Let's be honest. Jesse
They
Bates
do.
has been playing very well.
I mean,
Had the pick 6 last week.
let's be honest. What defense in the league can stop Tim Boyle? Let's be honest.
Jesse Bates. any defense.
Any
His
all
own defense.
Yeah. College defenses.
Oh my God. James Madison University. Shout out. Yeah, I think Bijan does his thing.
Bijan Brees is going to be a fun little thing to watch, though.
Yeah, that definitely will be fun. I just think the Falcons are gonna make more plays offensively.
Probably.
Could be another under game, but I think the Falcons will win by a field goal.
Okay.
Probably a tud. Probably like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Next game here, Miami Dolphins in Washington to take on the Commanders. Commanders are 9.5-point home dogs
Yeah.
off a terrible L. Miami off a dub on the road.
Mm-hmm. I like the Dolphins because I think Sam Howell's been pretty good for what we expected of him this year. But Jalen Ramsey, dude, has changed this defense.
Yeah.
0.0 passer rating while being targeted against, and he will 100% be matched up against Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Do I expect it to be a 0.0? No, but I think this is a bad matchup. You're asking a quarterback who's feeling himself unrealistically to play against this absolute buzzsaw.
Yeah. That's true. I'm with you on that. I'm going to take Miami. Should have took them last week, to be honest, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But they always seem to pour it on in the second half when things are kind of out of reach for the other team, especially lower end teams.
Yeah. And the Commanders are one of them.
This is probably going to happen again this week.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill could have 175 yards receiving.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the backs, though. Devon Achane is going to play this week, most likely. Because other than the garbage time run that Mostert was getting, he wasn't really that effective, and Jeff Wilson was getting run. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Achane, Mostert, and Jeff Wilson moving forward, and Salvin Ahmed, but he's trash.
Yeah.
I've been saying that. Who?
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game. Carolina Panthers on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fresh off of firing their head coach and quarterbacks coach and running backs coach. Bucks are 5.5-point home favorites. This one's tough for me because, like, the Bucks are obviously the better team, and this is a divisional game.
Yep.
But we know the track record with interim head coaches in first games pretty damn good.
Yeah, we do. I'm following that because I haven't in the past, and you've proven to be right. I'm taking Carolina to cover.
I am too, and I'm actually gonna take them to win this game. I think they win a nail biter.
Yeah, I don't think they care if they win or lose at this point.
No,
so
I think it's just a matter of getting on the board. I mean, they just have nothing going for them. Bryce Young has been underwhelming. Miles Sanders lost his job. The only bright spot has been Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
But again, the Bucks still hovering in that playoff conversation.
Yeah. We need to give Adam Thielen props, though, for how bad his quarterback's been playing. He's been putting up numbers.
Yeah. We also have to give him a drug test, too, for him saying in March that they have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Listen, bro.
So you're saying
Aaron Rodgers is coming back from an Achilles in less than 3 months. Anything is possible.
Listen, I can't see a 1 in 10 team running the table and winning a Super Bowl. It's just
you don't want to see Carolina in the Super Bowl.
I wonder what the record for 1 in 10 teams is to make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Oh wait, it's 0
Never-
and 0
never
because
happened.
it's impossible.
Never happened.
Yeah, we're kind of in agreement on that one.
Yeah, we are.
Next game here, probably the game of the week.
100%.
In my opinion, the NFC Championship preview, just like this, San
Yep.
Francisco going back into the link, unfinished business. Actually, finished business part 2 to take on the Eagles. Niners are 2.5 point road favorites, bro.
Yep.
A lot has been made of this matchup after
Yep.
last year's so-called atrocity. I call it art. 31-7 blowout to go with the trip to the Super Bowl on the line. This is the type of games that the Eagles get up for. Granted, we've had a rough stretch, and a lot of these teams that we've been playing have had rest. And the Niners are also one of them with this game circled, but they've been talking a lot of shit. Bro, Deebo Samuel is on pace for 700 yards this year. Bro has done nothing and is just shitting on James Bradbury for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Birds to cover and win. This is one of those games that I think we win. Do I think it's going to be closer than the NFC Championship game? Absolutely. I think the Niners will come in with a better game plan, especially to protect Brock Purdy, because listen, if they're going to trot a third string tight end to block Hassan Reddick again, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
The key for the Eagles to win this one, really, in my opinion, is to stop the running game with Christian McCaffrey, because in my opinion, they're one-dimensional without him. Can't really get the pass going. If Christian McCaffrey's struggling to get going, they're not really doing that much. Although I will say we kind of struggle with like backs like Christian McCaffrey, catching out of the backfield and just doing their thing. Mm-hmm. But I think rush wise, I think we'll be able to mitigate a lot of what he does. It's going to be a lot of the passing game.
Yep,
that's going to be the main concern. Offensively, we just have to be balanced, and we got to establish the run early, which again, I don't know if we're going to do that. I hope we do. We should. Yeah. That's what I would do at least. And just try to protect Jalen at all costs, because we already know the cheap shots are coming.
Yeah.
We know the Niners are entitled. They are soft, so to speak. Although they're physical. This is going to be a physical team, but feelings-wise, they're a little soft spot.
Yeah.
Just got to weather the storm, but I think at home we'll get the job done. Because to be honest, this stretch, San Fran and Dallas, I think we win one and lose the other. Like if we lose to San Fran, I think we beat Dallas next week. If we win this week, I think we can drop one next week. So,
yep,
that's my view on it. Just got to come out, play complete football. If not, Niners are going to get one.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
I like the Niners in this game. Reason being, they have a quarterback this time. Last time they didn't.
Well, they did until
they
decided to block Hassan Reddick, who's one of the best edge rushers with a third string tight end.
Well, either way, I mean, we've seen guys get sacked 8 times in a game and not get hurt. Like, they've got 2 quarterbacks knocked out of the game. That's not going to happen again. Brock Purdy most likely will play the whole game, and I think they'll win by a field goal.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't knock the Eagles down a peg for me. It's just I just think the Niners will win.
It's just the game that the Niners have circled for sure.
Yeah, they want it more. They want it more, especially like you have to admit, it was a masterclass by the Eagles. They didn't have a quarterback.
It absolutely was a masterclass, bro. We're not going to sit up here and disrespect that game.
No, I'm not. But you also have to be wise in saying they lost their quarterback. They want their get back.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they get it.
Okay.
I think they're thinking more into it just from last year, and we're just like, this is a brand new year. And that's how we've been winning these games, bro. We're not looking ahead, looking back, all this other stuff. We're just focused on the game.
Yeah.
and winning the game. And we're just taking faces off of opponents. It's just, how are we going to beat this opponent this week? It's not like, all right, we coming off of 31-7, we knocked the quarterback out. They're gunning for us, yada, 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 whatever. They have it circled. We have every game circled. How are we going to beat this opponent this week? That's the mindset week to week. And that's what's been winning them these games. Granted, they've looked ugly. They've had to come back. I don't think against the Niners you can go down 10 and win. So it's going to be imperative that we set the tone early.
Yep.
And I think this is one of those games where we can do that. So at home too. Link's going to be rocking.
Facts.
As always. Yeah. I can see it either way, but yeah, I'm going to ride with the Birds.
Okay.
Next game, Browns on the road against the LA Rams. Rams 3.5-point home favorites. Joe Flacco might be starting a football game in 2023. Give me the Rams.
I'm with you on that.
DTR. I mean, Joe Flacco could spin it a little bit, but the Rams are on an uptick.
Yeah. If you want a 37-year-old quarterback to come in and play one game for you, Joe Flacco's probably the name you call.
Yep.
So
I agree.
But I respect it. You got to put something else out there. DTR is not really getting it done.
Well, he's in concussion protocol. So he can't go out there.
The Rams are feeling themselves right now after that last week. I don't think it's going to look as pretty.
Yep.
But I also don't expect Cooper Kupp to have 2 catches for 15 yards again. So
yeah, I mean, something's got to be said about the Cleveland defense, though. But again,
absolutely,
Rams are definitely.
Yeah, I'm taking Matt Stafford over Joe Flacco 10 out of 10 times. Yeah.
In 2023, yes.
Yep.
In 2013, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sunday Night Football. Kansas City going into Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. Kansas City, 6-point road favorite. I'm going to take Kansas City here.
I agree.
They're getting their roll. Steamrolled the Raiders after the second quarter. I think they do the same thing here with Green Bay. Granted, they play gritty, but we don't know if Aaron Jones is back again. A.J. Dillon might not play. If they're without both of those guys, it's going to be tough sledding for the Packers.
Yep.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Kansas City Chiefs. Can't bet against them.
No, you can't. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I like KC. 6 points to me feels a little bit low.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's back on track. I feel like their offense is finally starting to get something going, like in the receiving room. Pacheco has been playing out of his mind. Angriest motherfucker in football. And that KC defense has just been awesome all year. So I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Last game on the slate. Bengals in Duval taking on the Jags. Jags are 8.5-point home favorites. We think what's his face gonna pull off the upset or what? No. I got the Jags.
Yep, me too. Not gonna think too much into it.
Yeah. They're doing their thing right now. In the hunt for the number 1 seed as well.
They are.
So it's really like a 3-horse race. I mean, even the Dolphins too, but I don't see the Dolphins as a true 1 seed contender. I think it's between KC, Baltimore, and Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins peaked a little early.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Cool.
All right, all these bye teams, shot at, get healthy. Good job. Yep.
Figure it out. All right, locks of the week. If you want to make money, tail us on this first. Me. All right, so drink it in, tail it in. For first one here, I got the Eagles at -2.5 or +2.5 underdogs at home. Best team in football. Disrespectful to be a home underdog. I understand San Francisco this, San Francisco that. I think the media is kind of giving them too much neck.
Yeah.
They're good. They're our biggest competition in the NFC. I'm not going to deny it, but They get a little bit too much virtual neck, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think we come out with this game. So you're giving me points. I'm taking the points all day. It's gonna be closer than it was in the NFC Championship game, that's for sure. But
Mhm.
but yeah, I think we take care of business. The other game here, Houston -3.5 at home versus the Broncos. I think they get back from last week. Close game against division rival. Kind of serious stack up, and they stack up. So
Yeah.
I think against a team that they're kind of fighting for playoff position for, I think they'll get the job done. And Denver is on a heater, so I don't think that continues. And my absolute lock of the week, hammered in Kansas City -6 on the road at Green Bay. Talent mismatch all across the board. Pat Mahomes is going to do his thing. Yeah, not really too much to say on that one, but yeah, KC's going to put their meat down. Taylor Swift should go to Lambeau.
Yeah.
Just tore the
Yeah.
NFL.
She's got to experience one of the most historic stadiums in the country.
Yeah, owned by the people of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yep, owned by the people. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the other winning picks. So, first game here, I'm taking Patriots plus 6 points as underdogs at home against the Chargers. The Chargers continue to charge, or they'll find a way to lose this game. So, I'm not really looking too much into it other than that. I like the Patriots to cover and possibly win. Rams -3.5. Reason being, no faith in Joe Flacco. I do think they could theoretically keep it close just because how good that defense is. I just think right now the Rams are feeling themselves. They're peaking at the right time. And Kyron Williams is back. Cooper Kupp, I don't expect to have as bad of a game. Matt Stafford's on the come up, so
Yep.
I like the Rams here. And then my absolute lock of the week, the only reason it's here is because they need to win. Okay? This is good karma because I have a really good
year.
I may not be that great at picking games. I'm only slightly above 500, but my locks of the week have been pretty damn good. Okay? This needs to happen. If we want Rodgers to take us to the promised land this season, we need to win this game badly. We have to have it. So, yeah, bro. I mean, I could see Bijan going for 200 total yards on us, but, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I respect the homer pick.
Yeah, I got to take it.
I don't see it that way, but hey, if they do, it's going to be phenomenal when we see Aaron Rodgers suit back up.
Yeah, facts. Imagine we're 6-7 and he suits up 5-7. There's a chance. That's all I'm saying.
There's a chance.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have to start getting into contenders and pretenders.
Yep.
Obviously we're waiting on that a little bit. Probably gonna do that in the next 3 weeks.
Probably somewhere around there.
Like once we're 3 games to 4 games out from the playoffs, we'll kind of look at the lay of the land, break it down, who we think are contenders, pretenders, just playoff fillers, and wild card hunters.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, take us away, brother.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Day One podcast. Okay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whether you're on a boat, bus, or plane. You can get Day One podcast, internet, all that stuff anywhere. Even on the NASA space station, how do you think they do the live calls? They've got built-in fiber optic internet. Okay? So you can watch Day One podcast content anywhere. Okay? Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Kyle. That's Anthony. See y'all later.
Peace.